Hi people, me again obviously, Morino Ravenberg. This is a slight extension compared to the last video I did about how ritual baths work and related. This is kind of like a do-it-yourself for, um, you know, do-it-yourself for dummies when it comes to ritual baths and ritual cleansings. So these are like step-by-step instructions. It's similar to a bathtub or to a kiddie pool. You literally just fill up like a bucket of water, but the bucket or the whatever surface you'll be using that can contain fluids has to be large enough for you to be able to sit in it. So it needs to be able to contain your full body size. If you don't have anything like that on you, um, simply um, buy a tile or a bucket that is large enough for you to at least be able to stand in it, and then you can continue. Now, for the rest, the fluids that you have, okay, so what you'll be using for a bath has to contain for, let's just say per roughly estimated per 10 gallons, for example, or per 10 liters of water. In any case, enough water to fill a bathtub with, a mainstream bathtub, an average size bathtub. Screw the gallon and the water examples I gave just now. Okay, just enough water that the average bathtub can contain. You simply insert the following in it: salt, ground up garlic, and when you're asking how much, let's just say 1 pound or 1 kilogram of salt for such a quantity of water is enough. Water is just basic tap water. Any kind of water will do, but basic tap water is the best or the most practical, better said. In terms of garlic, how much? Let's just say for the amount of water that I referenced or I recommend, um, five cloves of garlic. And bear in mind, when I say cloves, I mean like this, what they sell in supermarkets. One big clove contains like what? I think 10 pieces, 10 individual small cloves of garlic. Yeah, like that. That's what I'm talking about. You you simply mash all of that and turn it into a paste using a mortar and a pestle, for example. Bottom line is you need to squeeze the shit out of that thing to the point, the same way you would squeeze a grape and turn it into wine, like that, into mush. You need to turn that thingy into garlic into mush to the point where it becomes just one big blubbery pasty thing, and then you insert it into your ritual water or your ritual bath. You rinse thoroughly. You also insert a couple of cut up pieces of lemon in it, like 10 lemons would be enough for water with the water that we're talking about in terms of usage. So enough water in a thingy, in an average bathtub. Um, and you stir everything properly. You stir everything. Again, it's like you're making soup. That's how you think about it. That's how you need to think about it. And you're simply the meat that's going to be inserted into the soup. You rinse everything thoroughly. I'm sorry, not rinse, damn it. You stir everything thoroughly. You stir, STIR. You stir everything thoroughly um, until, I simply misspoke. You stir everything thoroughly, not rinse. You stir everything thoroughly, whatever, using whatever you want to use, whether it is a huge soup based ladle or whether you want to use your arm, it does not matter. See to it that it gets stirred, and you stop when you are convinced and your base senses tell you that, hey, that's enough. You know, the water has already merged with all the so-called ingredients, the ritual ingredients or implements, and you're good to go essentially regarding the ritual bath. For the rest, you simply sit in it or you lie in it, all the while making it so that that bath water does not come directly into contact with your head. So do not submerge your head or your face overall in it or into it. Um, you simply let it cover every part of your body except your head. Referring back to what I said in the beginning, if you, for example, can't obtain a thingy, a bathtub or a kiddie pool or something that's large enough for um, for your body size, you in question that's going to be taking said ritual bath, then you simply stand in an average size bucket and you simply take a washing cloth, and then you simply wipe your body off. You simply take a bath using that washing cloth. You simply submerge it in the water itself, the ritual bath water, and you, without thinking it, without without squeezing it as a means of essentially making it moist. No, no, no. Just leave all the water on it and wipe off your body completely. The same way you were to take a bath, for example, if you can't literally jump into a river, for example. Usually, you've seen that people that bathe in a river, for example, they simply take a washcloth and then they wipe their bodies off with it essentially. That's how they take a bath. They see to it that all the hygienic areas of their body are covered, or when you have to take a bath in front of other people, stuff like that. Okay, you don't go fully naked, you name it. Um, for the rest, you keep at it. You keep taking your bath, and just the way you would regularly bathe, half an hour or similar, you name it, 15 minutes, whatever. But let's just say half an hour to an hour is enough. Let's just say multiply what the way you regularly bathe and times two. So the average person bathes half an hour, I think, 15 minutes to half an hour. Multiply that times two, so it's like half an hour to an hour. Now, you you once you're done, usually where the rinsing part comes into play, okay, then instead of rinsing, you do not rinse. I repeat, do not rinse. R-I-N-S-E. Do not rinse your body. Just leave everything the way it is. If you're in a bathtub, you get out of the bathtub, you do not rinse your body. Your body needs to dry naturally, because what you're doing is you're making the ritual bath essentially seep into your physical body and also your astral body. Your astral body is what you're aiming at. And that ritual water will automatically seep into your body, your astral body, your spirit, alongside your physical body. And that's when the cleansing begins, because it's doing its job essentially. It's removing any kind of negativities that were attached to you. Any negative energy, whether it's a curse or a parasitic entity, anything is automatically cleansed. Now, you simply, if you're asking, okay, what should I do in the meantime, then simply grab a chair or something, or have a chair prepared before you undertake all of this, and you simply sit in the chair and you allow your body to dry naturally, regardless of how long it takes. Obviously, it's not going to take 5 to 6 hours. You'll be good to go in a couple of hours. Your body will dry naturally. If you have access to the outdoors and it's not too cold or not too hot, then you can also sit outdoors in a private, albeit in a private area, where the wind can simply hit your body without people seeing it. So you have privacy, all the while having privacy. And then after a while, your body will dry, and then step two follows. Other than what I already said, you need to also take another pair of, like, for example, 5 to 6 pieces of lemon. So 5 or 6 lemons, you cut them up to the point halfway, to the point where they're like 2 pieces, and that will bring a total of 12 half cut pieces essentially of lemon. Again, this is simply an estimate. You can use more, you can use less. It's simply measuring and gauging in terms of how much you personally need based on you as an individual. Now, you use those lemons, specifically the inner part, obviously the inner part of the lemon, so not the husk or the thingy, the peel itself. No, 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 no. The inner layer, the actual contents of the lemon itself. You use that as soap, and you simply rub it all over your body. The same way that you bathe regularly, you use soap, and you almost borderline aggressively rub soap all over your body. You do the same thing with that lemon, and you don't have to. You only touch non-sensitive parts of your skin. So your armpits, your limbs, your stomach, every part of your body that you can reach. Not obviously not your nostrils or your nose, not your eyes, not your genitalia, not your nowhere near your crotch, essentially. So not your anus or sphincter, no. Your buttocks, yes. Anus or sphincter, no. Your waist, yes. Okay. The crotch region, except your genitals themselves, yes. but obviously not your vagina or your penis and testicles. No, no, no. Common sense tells you that. So you literally just go like this, and then you keep rubbing it all the way, and you keep doing that, and again, of course, you grab new pieces of lemon in case the pieces that you were already busy with are already completely like worn out to the point where they're unusable anymore, or they don't have any more fresh lemonness to them. And you keep doing that for approximately like half an hour until your entire body is like saturated in lemon, and obviously you're going to smell tremendously like lemon. You need to set a couple of days aside for this where you're sure that you won't have to interact with a lot of people or as little people as possible. And then you again do this, repeat the same process in terms of drying off. The same thing I said, dry off, just sit somewhere and you'll dry off. Your body will dry off naturally. After like a couple of hours, you'll be completely dry. And again, the lemon is doing the same thing that the original ritual bath is doing. It's reaching your astral body and it's cleansing it from the aforementioned negativities, if there are any. And let me see, what else was there? What else was there? You after you're done with all of that, your body is completely dry. You're going to smell like lemon heavily, and the other and all the implements that the ritual bath contained. Obviously, that's normal. That's the way it's supposed to happen. And then you simply give it another 2 hours, approximately 2 to 3 hours, minimum 2 hours, maximum 3 hours. In the most extremest of cases, 5 hours even. And then when you're finally done with all of that, then you can take a regular shower. You can just shower regularly and thoroughly, and then that will remove the smell, generally speaking, from your being as a whole, from your physical body as a whole, as well as your astral body. But more the former than the latter. So more your physical body than your astral body. For extra effect, definitely do this on either Tuesday or on Thursday. I would recommend Tuesday overall. The reason behind that is that Tuesday the planet Mars rules that day. So for any magical or occult based operations, or spiritual or esoteric operations where you want something removed from you, you want negativity removed in an aggressive manner, then yeah, obviously the planet Mars is your address for that. So it's ruling the thingy it rules over, the day it rules over. So Tuesday. You can find a planetary hours calculator linked in the description of this video. You simply use that calculator and you do it when Mars is at its strongest. So you start your ritual bath when Mars is at its strongest. So on a Tuesday, when the planet Mars rules, regardless of the time of day. Or alternatively, you can also use the planet Jupiter. Jupiter rules Thursday. So you do the same thing on a Thursday when Jupiter is at its strongest. The difference between the two is that Mars is more for aggression, as in I want this shit removed from me in a coercive fashion, as in get the fuck out of me, negativity. Whereas Jupiter is more for grandiose operations, so operations on a large or extensive scale, and yeah, things in abundance to the point where it's borderline excess even. So if you're dealing with like something really a heavy-handed amount of negativity that seemingly, regardless of what you do, will not go away, then yeah, you can use Jupiter. So the best thing, my recommendation would be to mix and match. You take this ritual bath, this self-made ritual bath. Doing it every day is impractical. You do it once a week, um, and you mix between both days. So, for example, you start your ritual bath on Tuesday, and then you do it again on Thursday, and you keep repeating the process every Tuesday and Thursday. That way, you don't have to wait an entire week. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much it. That will remove almost any kind of negative energy. If that doesn't help, for example, then you really have some kind of heavy-handed, indescribable level of thingy negativity that's befallen you. But generally speaking, yeah, this will do the trick for everything of a mundane, superficial, all the way to an above average nature. So anything of an intermediary nature, or better said, slightly above intermediary or moderate nature, in the way of afflictions, mental afflictions. This also overall helps for physical afflictions, but primarily, first and foremost, obviously, it's for mental or spiritual afflictions, and not so much for the physical. Um, Unless the nature of your disease is in a direct physical, that has a direct physical, a direct spiritual root cause. So, for example, you go to the doctor, you have like I don't know, a gaping wound, and the wound keeps bleeding and it won't stop bleeding. You go to the doctor, he has no idea what's happening. You go to a hospital, every medical specialist, in a matter of speaking, sees you, but none of them can help you and it's unexplainable, etc. Then yeah, you need to think about, if you screwed someone over, or if you deceived someone and they have it in for you and they actually cursed you with some kind of nasty curse or something along those lines. um, yeah, you need to be able to confirm that, hey, this is the root cause of my physical affliction is purely spiritual in nature. There is no physical logic to it whatsoever, or material logic. Then yeah, that's also what a ritual bath is for, obviously. And then the wound should become a normal wound when your ritual bath is successful. In terms of longevity, so how many times you're supposed to do it, or how long, on an annual basis, for example, or just on a day-to-day basis overall, you keep doing it. There is no limit, really. You keep doing it until you have seen the changes for yourself, as in, hey, the bad things that used to happen to me don't happen anymore. I used to get headaches, for example. I was unable to sleep. I used to get nightmares when sleeping. I used to hear weird noises at night that scared me for some unexplainable reason. Blah blah blah, etc., etc. You'll automatically see the results for yourself. The negativity will disappear or dissipate, and you're just cleansed, good to go. The objective has been a success. Results and the story success. And yeah, that's all, guys. Bye.